Greetings and salutations, everybody. It's time for Midnight's Edge in the morning. In the actual morning for once. That's right. Brought to you by our sanity. We've got Mr. Paul Chatto. He's the star of the show. He's Canadian. He's sexy and he's single, ladies. No, I'm just kidding. He's not. He's been married for a long, long time, which means he's looking. No, I'm just kidding. Again, anyway, go ahead. How you doing this morning, Paul? You're looking good. You got your hair all slicked back?
Thanks. I wanted to look more like Chris. No, I'm thankful, and my wife heard everything that you said. So yeah, I'm in trouble.
You're in a lot of trouble. You can come stay with me, Paul. It's okay.
That's fine. I'm okay. I can cuddle with you.
I'm a cuddler. You heard this about me, I guess. This is true.
Ramona said I can leave for someone else as long as it's a man.
Oh no!
She'll be jealous if it's another woman.
Yeah, well, I've said that too. I can't compete with another woman. Right. To a woman, of course, right? So we have Mr. Brawley here, who looking a lot like Lex Luthor, who may or may not have had a cameo in a recent episode of Peacemaker.
Yes. Oh yes, good to be here. Glad to be here in the morning for a change. Yes, because it's
every time we say that, it should go like in the morning. Yeah, no, sorry.
Yeah, you're going to work out all these little bugs, I know, with this new time change. I was remarking about your shirt. It looked like a Buc-ee's shirt at first. It was the color scheme, right?
It's funny you mentioned that. We just got news that Wisconsin should be getting its first Buc-ee's.
Get the brisket sandwich or the Philly cheese burrito.
I stopped there on my way back from Mikey's, and it was an experience. There's a lot of stuff there. It is a weird place.
It's like the Walmart of gas stations, you know.
Oh, Buc-ee's,
something.
Yeah.
It's their own thing in a weird way too. Like, right? Like, yeah. And they're like the Quentin Tarantino of gas stations. But yeah,
a cinematographer is a huge fan. He takes his wife there once a week. Sorry, Paul. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's from a Canadian perspective. It is a purely American invention. Number one, you need space to do it. So you'd never have it in Europe, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you need vast amounts of land that is cheap, and there's whole chunks of the United States that are economically depressed.
Yes.
So,
there's lots of land here. I mean, literally, when you go to some places, people who are worried about overpopulation, you're like, have you ever been to Wyoming? I mean, have you ever been to Tennessee? I mean, there's large areas.
And not arable either.
Yeah, right. Well, you know, Buc-ee's wants to be right next to the interstate. They've got this fantastic marketing campaign where you'll see a billboard 300 miles from the next Buc-ee's, and it will say the 299 miles to go. Right, so they're trying to draw you in, and they sell original art. If you're waiting in line at the bathroom, it's original art for sale on the walls.
Yeah. I have to ask on Everyone International, what the heck is Buc-ee's?
It's a gas station convenience store franchise with a buck-toothed beaver for its mascot. Oh, here we go. There it is.
There we go. Oh yeah, there we go. Right. Okay.
I did pick up some fudge for the ladies.
Oh, look at this. You guys have got actual swag. Yeah, wow.
Well, the interesting thing is, I guess one of the things that kept it out of Wisconsin so long was Bucky Badger. There was like this whole like dispute over the name and all this other bullshit. For those who don't know, Bucky Badger is the mascot for the Wisconsin Badgers. So yeah,
that's interesting. But you are going to get it.
And Buc-ee's are not sponsoring this episode, but they really
they can if they want to. We love Buc-ee's here.
I don't know whether it was explained to you coherently, Andre, but it has a massive number of gas kiosks, like 50 to 100. You could pull up your car, and it's not required for you to go into the parking lot. You can fill up, lock the car, leave your car at the gas pump because there's enough, and you walk into the store. And really the thing that made Buc-ee's at the very beginning super popular was ultra clean washrooms. And women like ultra clean gas station washrooms more than anybody else. So it was Yes, because they have to sit, and they like the cheap decor, and so they would actually tell their husbands, they would see the sign, next washroom, next Bucky's washroom, 300 miles, and they would go, "We're waiting. You're heading there."
Yeah. Well, it's because they have a full-time attendant cleaning.
Yep, well, and they also have like, okay, so what you walk into is like basically, I don't know, Andre, if you ever even got to visit a truck stop before, but a truck stop's like a big gas station where they have amenities and other things for truckers. Even sometimes they have showers and stuff like that. So this is basically that, plus a grocery store. Yeah, I don't know if I'm sure they allow certain truckers in certain areas.
No,
but like,
no
really?
truckers
They don't?
allowed.
I thought I saw some seminars there that night when I saw it, but okay.
No, it's not supposed to.
Okay, either way. I'm just saying, like, yeah, so they have all that kind of stuff, but you even have like a bunch of hot food, anything you can get at a normal grocery store, plus all the doodads that you would normally get at a gas station. But a lot of them are like Bucky brand and all that kind of stuff. So it's all like, there's different kind of foods from Mexican to other things. So like, yeah,
and I mean, they sell wakeboards, coolers, grills, hoodies. It's crazy.
The prepared food is expensive, but is always been good.
Yeah. So it's almost like a restaurant too. Yeah.
Very high quality. Yeah. So it's an experience. It's really quite wild. Now, I mean, what Tom was talking about in terms of a truck stop, there are several truck stops that I've stopped in Northern Ontario where they've got fresh made pies. And as soon as you walk in, you go, some kind of peach apple fritters or no, Ray, up in Sudbury, stop arguing with me and stop chiming in on my fucking show.
She want to be on the show, she can. We need some female perspective. I mean,
join us, get her on her own laptop.
Get her on your own laptop and join us.
Yeah.
I don't have a laptop, I have an iPad.
You can join us.
Say hi to Miss Chato. There we go. Look at
that. You know how
do you put up with this man?
You know how you get your wife to talk to you is actually pick up the phone and start talking to someone else. That's how you get your wife to talk to you.
I'm gonna use.
You just go and you're like, "Oh yeah, don't worry, baby. She knows nothing."
No, you can talk to anyone.
She's like, "Who is this? What is your name?" Oh, this is Pizza Hut, ma'am. We're just taking a pizza order. That's cheating above your 50s, right? I'm below your 50s, it's different. Above your 50s is like, don't tell my wife I'm ordering a pizza right now. I need double anchovy.
I'm putting it into my stand-up jokes. How to get your wife to speak to you? Talk to someone on the phone.
That's great.
You can have that little bit if you don't use it.
Yeah,
that's it.
It's like we got a different vibe today,
a little bit,
with the earlier. I bet we even have different super chats than we usually get.
We might. We're going to get into those. We have to intro Andre, of course. We haven't introed Andre yet, but there was a reason why I was holding off. Because if you'll notice, one of these things is not like the other. Well, that's because Andre's not on screen yet, being the operative word, right, Andre?
Yeah, indeed. I'll be on stream on Friday. We just have to sort out some. I'll be on camera rather on Friday. Just have to sort out some tech issues here.
Yeah, did I say stream or did I say camera? I don't know.
No, anyway, I know I said stream, but I meant camera.
Yeah. But we also know if we can, and if the technical ability is there, Thursday for our members, since we've been neglecting them for so long, we're going to do a stream there. Hopefully we'll have the face reveal for the members on that stream. But anyhow, so keep that in mind. We're going to keep plugging that all week. But it's Monday, and we do have a kind of a regular routine on here for Monday. I know we may have some new viewers out there. Thank you for joining us. Please hit that like button and share the stream out to let everybody know that we are live now instead of later. We got Tim Hayes, who's a huge friend of the channels. He's been a member for 50 months. Love talking to him on the member streams and other places. How you doing, Tim? We got Patrick Robinson, who sends in $9.99 and says, I saw the Back to the Future musical this past Saturday night with my wife. Have to say, left feeling meh. Songs were not very memorable, and the DeLorean effects were the best thing about it. Well, tell you what, kids, this is the one thing that Bob Zemeckis and Bob Gale have said. Well, we won't make a sequel, but we might allow the making of Back to the Future, the musical, the movie. Okay. So what's next? Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark.
One of the best musicals I saw that no one talks about is Shrek, the musical. New songs.
Say Hair.
No, yeah, that hasn't been around for a while. Shrek the musical.
It was pretty popular, actually, Paul.
Surprised at how good it was.
It was pretty popular, Paul. So popular that I think they ended up throwing it on the special features of the DVDs and Blu-rays or whatever.
Did they?
Yeah, eventually. Like, I don't think it was on the original
Very
ones, but
clever.
Yeah,
very clever.
It was not as popular as like Lion King, but like, yeah.
And Lion King sucked. They took Ramona to see it, and she said, "Why didn't you take me to ABBA?" No, Lion King.
I don't blame her on that one,
man.
And I'm not even an ABBA fan.
Yeah, I'm a big ABBA fan, but Lion King was underwhelming.
Take a chance.
Do you remember any of the songs from Shrek the Musical, Paul? Like Freak Flag or no? Okay,
nope, don't remember anything. You
need memorable songs, I think.
You know what has memorable songs?
All I remember is that they were funny. The lyrics were great.
Okay.
And I was just shocked at how entertaining it was from start to finish.
Okay. You know what has funny songs and memorable ones? Team America.
Yeah. America, F yeah.
And then we got Grimzilla who says, with Kirk Ice and these church shootings, at this point, Hollywood accused of supporting these with films like this. The left can't ignore this. Yeah, so this kind of gets us into our first topic off of box office. We'll get into that shortly here, but yeah, this week and weekend have not been a week for the left to show us any sort of change or repairing of bridges at all, let's say. But we'll get into that.
So Grimzilla is talking about that One Battle After Another movie a little bit that we're going to get into.
We're going to get right into that here shortly. We got the mom, though, who says, by the way, this feels weird so early. That's what she said, the mom. That's what she said. And
I like turtles.
So there you go. Thank you for that. And then we got Mikey, who's more than welcome to hop in here, buddy. We'd love to break the morning cherry with at least a cameo from Mexican Iron Man. It wouldn't feel the same without him. It says, how in the name of heaven and earth is this show going to start 2 hours early when Tom barely woke up on time for Noon Eastern, LOL, kidding, sort of, ha. Well, you're half the problem because staying with you for 2 weeks, I did get up earlier and earlier and earlier. So my body's been all kind of like, getting used to this. So we're getting there. Then we got Mad About Hatter. I like that name. And they have become a member. Well, thank you for that. We appreciate that. And with that, that catches us up so far. So what do you say, guys? We get into some morning box office.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Or Monday box office, I should say. There we go. So, the big movie of the weekend, if you can call it that, is the Leonardo DiCaprio film, One Battle After Another, or something like that it's called.
Yep.
Yeah. Bad name for a movie.
Yeah.
Do you want me to bring up the numbers list?
Sure, if you'd like, Paul.
This is written and directed by Paul Thomas Anderson,
who's usually a little better, but I don't know. So
I mean, I haven't seen the film. It might be fun.
I don't know if any of us have, but the thing that people are talking about is the fact that it's like
revolutionary.
It's set in a world that's like supposed to be if the Trump autocracy.
Yes.
Autocracy,
yeah, the Trump autocracy takes over.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is the bleak future that we're looking at.
I see.
Yeah, so that like $22 million. And they're making excuses for this thing already. We're going to get into all that, but it doesn't sound like any of us here on the panel have seen it, nor did many people go to see it in the theaters.
That's right.
$22 million is not much to sneeze at for a Leonardo DiCaprio film. I'll tell you that right now. Not that I think his last few movies have done all that well from my memory, but yeah. So looks like that did about 22 million globally. Or is that that's US?
I'm not a DiCaprio fan.
Really?
Just not. Even in Django Unchained.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape, though?
Yeah, What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Are you kidding?
I thought it was fantastic.
I was going to say Django is probably his best performance ever.
Probably.
But no, I agree with you. I only like him when he's with Tarantino, Scorsese, or Steven Spielberg. Otherwise, I'm not a big fan of his. Even Scorsese. Yeah, even Scorsese, that other one he did, I couldn't get into, but The Departed is one of my favorites.
The
Yeah.
Flower Moon or something.
Just me. I mean, listen, I'm not going to argue against the fact that he's not a.
No, but he's a big actor, and I mean, he should be doing better than 22 million on a big movie like this, I would think.
Well, I think it was poorly marketed, honestly. I didn't even hear about it until the other day.
I remember hearing rumblings about it as it came up, and I thought at first the sound of it sounded pretty good.
Yeah.
And then you start to hear about this whole autocracy thing, and you're like, why did you do that?
Yeah.
That's kind of like the thing.
Go ahead, Andre, because I was going to say, this character is like an extremist, I guess.
Yeah, no, because given the subject matter, this probably is as good as the movie was ever going to do.
Mm.
I don't think there's a problem with the marketing. Like, the audience that this movie was geared towards, I think mostly knew it was coming. It's been very well marketed, certainly internationally.
Okay.
But I think that what they have kind of like toned down a little bit, certainly in some of the marketing that I have seen, is exactly what it's about. Instead, the focus has been on the action and the intensity and on DiCaprio, and that this is a must-see movie for that reason, without really highlighting what the story really is about. Because that's going to be off-putting to a great many people out there. This has all the hallmarks of a movie that was like made to warn against Trump before Trump actually came back into office. I mean, this has all the hallmarks of Mickey 17, right? A movie that was imagined fully that by the time the movie came out, Kamala would be president. That was kind of like the entire background for the movie, that they just assumed when this thing comes out, Trump is going to be gone, he's going to be in jail, he's going to flee from the public. That was the whole premise for the movie. And then that didn't happen. This movie, I think, is a product of that exact same era and the same mindset, which is a great shame, because if all the talent involved had been able to get over their TDS, this probably could have been a really amazing movie, and it probably would have performed even better. But given what the movie is, I think there's a ceiling for how good it possibly can do. And this just might be that ceiling. The global total was 48.5 million, so it was 22.5 million domestically, and then it more than doubled that internationally for a total of 50 million. And the production cost is stated to be around 130 to 140 million. Which means that these numbers really aren't that great, and the studio obviously were hoping for more than that. I mean, when you have a budget of 140 million, you hope to recoup a box office gross of more than half of that in the opening weekend. When you at least half. When you're only able to get a third, then who knows how long word of mouth is going to carry it. Not long enough for this thing ever to reach profitability, let's say, because it needs to basically do triple the budget. That's not happening here.
Yeah.
And hopefully look who made it, Warner Brothers, or did it through Warner Brothers.
I was just going to say, hopefully they learn a lesson through this.
Well, no, hold on a second. So people can't be accusing Zaslav of being just a right-wing shill. I'm sorry.
Well, that's true too. But yeah.
This is like a smorgasbord of things for everybody. The one thing that bothers me, and I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen the trailer, and I thought, wow, I don't need to see a disheveled, fat-faced DiCaprio. It just didn't appeal to me. But I think one of the things that has changed between the eras of political movies, such as not The Man Who Came to Dinner, but Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, the cop one with Sidney Poitier, even things like House of Cards, the British version, is that you've got left-wing sensibilities wanting to talk about right-wing problems. I'm simplifying it, but at no time would I have gotten like Sidney Pollack. I can't imagine Sidney Pollack, who did a lot of left-leaning movies, sitting down and starting off with the premise, let's go after these right-wing fuckers. I don't think that's the first thing that was on his mind. He wanted to make a statement about something he believed in. Okay. And now with this movie and a whole bunch of recent films that we could talk about, I get the feeling it feels like that was, their initial goal was to make it political. House of Cards was political. It was a comment on, how things worked in the British parliamentary system and the seeking of power. And it was clear, and I know it was written by a very left-wing author, but that ultimately wasn't the point of it. This movie sounds like that's the entire point of this movie, which that never works. You can't go in it saying, hey, let's go after these assholes. Specifically, am I wrong? I mean, it just feels that way.
And again, we haven't
right,
seen the
of
movie,
course.
so we don't know everything about it yet. And I mean, it's getting fairly good ratings. But one thing I noticed here, we got a nice little petri dish of just over 1,600 ratings. And look at this. Almost an even number of 5 and 1. That tells me there's something with this movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is not normal.
You just get rid of the 5 and the 1s, and that's your rating.
Yeah.
Basically, which is
It
not
It was
very
the
good.
same way with Civil War, Alex Garland's Civil War last
That's
year.
kind of what this reminds me of, Chris. Is kind of like that, at least from what I've been reading. Again, we have not seen the movie itself, so none of us here can comment on that. I don't know if Paul in the chat has seen it or not. But
It means we can, because we're on the internet. We're YouTubers. We can comment on stuff we haven't seen. That's our power.
That's what we do. Yeah, that's a good point.
That's what we do.
I'm just saying we can't actually speak to the film itself. I don't know how in your face this is, because just before the show, we were talking in the green room. Paul and I were talking about how we think some people are kind of looking way too much into some of these things lately, like Peacemaker and South Park. And what was the other one you mentioned? I can't remember now.
The Europeans winning the Ryder Cup and doing a funny Trump diss track.
I don't know. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah. No, the Savant they canceled before it even hit the air, Chris. And that was, to me, I would think is a smart move, right?
No, I think it's just a strange sort of things are all sort of coming together at once. You can say what you want about the Peacemaker, white supremacist, Nazi flag, America nightmare episode or whatever.
I howled with laughter when they were running after the black girl.
Fortnite dropped the emoji because players suddenly started saying, hey, this thing looks like a swastika.
And as far as the Apple thing, the Savant, I think Apple was just being nice and keeping Jessica Chastain away from us.
Yeah, she just couldn't keep her mouth shut.
I'm just saying that I think they did us a favor not having to see her act. I think
I can't stand her in anything. I never could. And her response to this didn't change my attitude about her. But what I mean is, it's like all these projects are reaching the end of the pipeline right about now. You know what I mean? It's just a really strange synchronicity of these sorts of projects. So you guys, DiCaprio has never really been a huge box office draw. I mean,
it's usually him in a combo with a director. You're right.
Yeah. Tarantino movies,
Cameron,
his best parts, or Scorsese, right?
Scorsese. Well, James Cameron, Titanic trumps them all. So that's
sure. Yeah.
See, that's the thing. Doubt. People need to understand this kid was in the biggest movie of all time until Avatar basically came out and knocked
That's
it
right.
Top.
Yeah.
So,
and of course, he did Inception with Christopher Nolan. He's done some very high profile.
Yeah, he does some Chris Nolan stuff. Yeah.
On his own, he's just not a huge draw. So,
Once Upon a Time in L.A., he was in that.
No, in Hollywood.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah.
In Hollywood. Yeah. I like.
And that's one of his biggest openings besides Titanic, was my understanding too.
But again, Tarantino.
Exactly. Like, I totally agree with you on this, guys. And I was somebody who hated DiCaprio for years. Because for those who don't remember, like when he came on the scene, he came on right when I was in high school. So he was that new thing, and all the girls were like, went from like Johnny Depp and some of the other, Jason Priestley and all those guys. And it was all overnight. It was all Leonardo DiCaprio everywhere, 24/7. And he was on a couple of movies and that fucking Growing Pains TV show all at the same time. So he was like everywhere and on every cover of every magazine. So I just got sick of him. Right.
Yeah.
And I did like Gilbert Grape. I thought he did great in Gilbert Grape, but I used to make a lot of jokes about that too. It's like, yeah, the only movie I can stand him and he plays a retard. So like, yeah, it's like that's yeah. And if you watch Basketball Diaries, I thought that he was crying like that as an actor in Gilbert Grape. I'm like, no, he must cry like that anyway.
He's
So
a
that's
soft-
pretty sad too. Yeah, it's like a real like,
I
I
loved
got
him
the
in The
feeling-
Departed. I've liked him in several movies.
he grew on me. He grew on me
Yeah.
over time. So like, yeah.
Yeah,
I
The
think
Revenant's
he was
good.
the Timothy Chalamet of his era.
Hmm.
That's a
Soft-
good
the-
comparison.
Kinda.
Yeah.
He's the kind of the soft male hero, not the
Kinda.
real
I would always
male.
say Timothy is more of a Johnny Depp
Hmm.
type.
Hmm.
No, Johnny Depp
Um,
has got male testosterone.
Hmm.
DiCaprio has none.
Yeah, I used to think River Phoenix would be the next Johnny Depp.
Well, maybe he
problem
would
with-
have if he had lived.
Well, the problem with DiCaprio is his face. He's always looked extra young, but people don't realize how tall he is and big he is as compared to like a
He
lot
is
of the
okay.
people. But like, yeah,
He doesn't play big.
he doesn't look big on screen either. That's my point. Like it's tall
Yeah.
because I think he's like 6 foot something or something like that, or 6'1" at least.
He's a big beefy guy.
Well, despite what Andre said, I really did not see any marketing to this. So maybe they're not maybe they figured out the algorithm to avoid putting this trailer in front of people who voted
You
for
know,
Trump.
might have been a cut their
Maybe.
losses thing. Maybe they took one look at this thing and they're like, yeah, because that was the thing that I saw a story on. I was trying to find here, but I couldn't find it. That was saying about how the Savant, and maybe it was a WD Pro, sorry, something like that. But how the Savant, being cut off was good for Apple, but it was too late for Warner Brothers to do anything about this movie. So I don't know if they did try to tone it down in the editing at all, Andre. I know you kind of alluded to something like that. But I have not. This movie hasn't really been on my radar. I haven't asked anybody about it.
It's a 3 hour.
I didn't even know it
movie.
was is it
know what?
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, it's the
Fucking
Couples.
Paul
It's going
Thomas
to be a little
Anderson.
bit pretentious.
He's
Yes,
one of the
but
worst
also-
fucking directors in the world. I'll say it.
Totally. But also, Chris, I think you are
Mhm.
entirely right. I think that the reason that I have seen so much marketing for this while you haven't is probably because you are in a location where Warner knows this movie isn't going to play well. So let's save the money.
Yep.
Whereas internationally, if we just tone down these things, the movie is going to turn out all right. And indeed, the international gross is higher than the domestic gross.
Yep.
And that tells me, especially when you say you haven't seen any marketing, that tells me that Warner, they should cast the net pretty widely. Remember, Mickey 17 also came from Warner, but then they cut down on marketing in advance when they knew this is going to flop. And I think they've done the same thing here, that they recognized early on that, yeah, this is not going to play domestically, so we're going to save the marketing resources for where we're actually going to get a return on them. And that's internationally and probably in very blue states. Probably that's what they've been doing, which would be the correct decision.
Absolutely.
Financially.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's the smart play. And Paul Thomas Anderson, Boogie Nights, Magnolia, There Will Be Blood. This
He's
is
got
his
a few
biggest
good
opening.
ones, but I fucking hate him.
Yeah,
ever
I
since
hear you.
Magnolia, after sitting through 3 hours of that goddamn movie for frogs to rain down, I was like, fuck
Yeah, it was
you.
ridiculous. Yeah.
You are one pretentious dumbass motherfucker.
I
And
never
look,
saw The Master, and I kind of wanted to. I don't know if it was any good.
That was all
Boogie
right.
Nights was okay. That one with Bradley Cooper and was it Christian
Hard
Bale,
Eight?
where they were the hustlers, the American Hustlers. Is that one of
Oh
his?
yeah,
too?
I don't.
Yeah, that's
know
probably
if
his.
he did.
Is that one of his, or am I misremembering that?
I
as
don't
one of
think
his?
that's his.
If I'm wrong, I was gonna say that's his best one, and that's
Good
probably
movie,
why.
though. No, yeah, it's a good movie.
That's,
But I'm just saying this was sort of his biggest opening. So when I saw the box office this weekend,
who gave him this much money to make this piece of shit, though?
But what have you even heard of the second biggest movie this weekend, Gabby's Dollhouse?
No, that's the big winner. Let's be honest here, because I don't know what the fuck Gabby's Dollhouse is, but it's new and it made
is
$13 million.
It's
Some
a
kids movie.
animated toy movie type thing with real people, and it's look at that.
Worldwide, it did 20 million. It probably costs $1.85 to make because they just probably used all the same sets and stuff they do for the TV show.
Well, and it's terrible animation.
sure.
I mean, but it came
It's
in
the
second.
equivalent-
Overall, I think it's a weak box office this weekend, don't you?
Oh, in general, yeah. There's nothing out there to draw the audience in. The Strangers was the other new movie, with Chapter 2. And I don't even know if that was that big of an initial film. That movie is just being put out in theaters just so that Lionsgate can charge more for the streaming rights. Let's be real on that one.
Yeah.
The Long Walk took a long walk off a short pier.
Wow, I know. I believe
it'll be lucky to muster up 30, 35 million.
I had so many people that loved that original novel that were so disappointed in that. And him, the latest Jordan Peele psychological horror thriller.
The one that kind of surprises me is Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey. I actually took my wife.
Kind of fell off there a little bit.
Huge.
And I thought Spider-Man 2 would do better because this is the extended cut or whatever for the first time in theaters.
Yeah, that's right.
At the same time, though, it may be the first time in theaters, but the extended cut is pretty much the only cut that's available anywhere. Whenever it's on TV, more times than not, it's the extended cut.
Maybe over there, but not here, brother.
Okay, okay. Well,
the 4K version is only the theatrical cut. That's why this is a big deal, because we're supposed to finally be getting a box set with the extended cut in 4K. Because I'm not even sure if the producer's cut of 3 was in 4K, to be honest with you. And I think they're re-releasing that too, because they did Spider-Man, what was it, 2 weeks ago? But they didn't do anything to that one. It's just remastered or whatever again. And
what's extended about it?
It's got Spider-Man 2.0 or whatever. It's got what, like 15 minutes, Andre, something like that?
No, seconds. There's nothing extended. It's like one scene in the elevator.
There's that, but there's some other stuff too, I thought.
Very little. I mean, it's one of the most awkwardly. It came from a period where Tom Rothman over at Fox were doing all these unrated extended stuff for money, and then the people at Sony decided, hey, we want some of that too. You know what I mean? Just put some crap back into Spider-Man 2. Don't care what, just something. Just expended by a few seconds. It's hardly anything. I mean, and when you see the extended version, you see why it was cut in the first place. So honestly, you're better off with theatrical. It's like literally seconds. It's not even a minute, I think.
Well, we got here's a longer pizza delivery scene, which you were just talking about, in the alternative elevator scene. Extended discussion between Peter and MJ after the birthday party. Scene where Joe Jonah Jameson dresses up as Spider-Man. That's probably my favorite scene in the whole thing.
Yeah.
An extended fight with Doc Ock. I do remember there was more in that. Scene of MJ with a friend in which her friend expresses doubt about MJ's fiance. And then more dialogue during Bruce Campbell's cameo as the theater usher. So that's what was added.
It was a little bit fantastic.
But
it's like small things, but like it adds up to, I don't know, not much. Is it even a minute extended?
Good question.
I thought it was a little longer than that.
These studios would be better off if they ADR'd a whole crap ton of swearing and N-words, and then re-release that as the adult version.
And have midgets come in and do the ADR, so it all sounds funny, like everybody's
and just the word. So you'd get the original actor, and then suddenly, fuck.
I'm gonna get you, Doc Ock, you little fucker.
That's right. No, it's you do it regular. I'm gonna get you, Doc Ock, you little fucker.
Yeah, little fucker. I can't do that all the time. I don't know if maybe I could on here. I don't know. But anyhow, so this is just a very bad weekend, I think, at the box office overall. I don't know if you want to scroll down to the bottom and see what the total is.
I'm doing that now.
So not great. I saw a Rocky Horror Picture Show on there.
Just 200 mil.
Yeah. Did I see Rocky Horror Picture Show on there and that didn't even do that well? There you go, Disney. You done ruined that.
Wow.
Nobody went. That's out this weekend and nobody went to see it.
Wow.
One of the biggest re-release movies of all time couldn't muster up. I mean, it's only in 15 theaters, it looks like. But
well,
still.
then evidently it wasn't one of the biggest re-releases of all time.
No, I didn't say that. No, I mean, the movie itself has been in constant, up until Disney bought it, Andre. I don't know if you realize this. It is the longest running movie in theaters. It's never been out of theaters until Disney bought it. And then they wouldn't allow them to show it for a while.
First screen.
It's big. So I'm saying, release this thing nationwide. What are you fucking doing?
Yeah, I agree.
They just the new 4K comes out in like 3 weeks or whatever. Do that just to promote that.
Maybe they were just midnight showings. That's the only way to watch.
Well,
yeah, that's a great movie to watch at a regional theater.
Yeah.
I didn't make him for you.
One of those cinema taverns that serves beer and lets you smoke in the building. Of course, that's been.
Sometimes it's so hard to have a good time.
Yeah, I the first time I went to see it was in one of those review theaters, and
Right.
I was completely caught off guard with everybody repeating lines, yelling at the
Getting
screen,
on stage.
throwing popcorn.
Did they get up on the stage or no?
No, they didn't hear. But and initially, I was pissed off. I'm going, wait a second, where's the ushers? You
Will you shut the fuck up?
Yeah, you folks need to pipe down. And then I realized, wait a second, this is an event.
Yeah.
When rice, you get hit in the head with rice, and then you're like, oh, maybe this is normal.
Yeah.
It's interesting, these re-releases, right? Because you got Apollo 13 also on IMAX right now.
Didn't do that well either, but some of the ones did. I saw another one up there too. We didn't really.
Is this
discuss
desperation,
much.
Chris?
I mean, they got to fill some. We got to put something on those screens,
Yeah.
right?
That
This
means there
is
was nothing else
weird.
for IMAX this weekend, basically. I mean, look at Toy Story though. That's the one that's been the last couple of weeks been doing very well. So same
Yeah.
thing with Hamilton.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 3
also
did come out.
re-released, right?
okay, so it did come out this weekend. They brought all three of them out. But see, Spider-Man 2 did the better of all three. See,
Interesting. Yeah.
Not surprised though.
Well,
that
because
it's
it has
longer
8
than
extra
the
that's
minutes.
fine.
I dropped it in the chat. It's 8 extra
yeah,
minutes.
I was gonna
8
say, it
minutes.
was
Wow, that's more than I thought. Yeah.
Me too.
that's what I said, Andre. It's a little bit more than you think.
Yeah, you're right. Well,
Maybe
But
Three
honestly,
scenes.
there's only like that one scene I really give a crap about. And I'll be honest with you, I'm one of those people. I love Spider-Man 2, but I don't think it's as great as everybody thinks it is. That's just my personal opinion, though, because I
Okay.
don't like when Peter just can't get it up no more as Spider-Man. I think that's the dumbest shit in the world. Like when he psychs himself out of his powers, that is dumb. You're in a comic book movie, and Doc Ock is smart enough to be able to come up with something that he could like zap Spider-Man with and take away his powers, and that's what you do. I don't care if it's based on the comic that is the same thing. It's just kind of like for a movie, just don't buy it.
Yeah.
I mean, he's Spider-Man. I mean, like, what is
It's
Superman
not
just
even-
all of a sudden forget how to fucking fly? Like, I don't get.
Yeah.
I know. I'm just griping about a movie that everybody loves to death. But,
I love it. Yeah, totally. And I never bought the organic web shooters, so
I never had a problem with that, but
yeah, I like the idea that Peter Parker could make this
It-
cool tech.
it makes a little more sense in the grand scheme of things. It's like, okay, so he gets these other powers, but like, why would he just all of a sudden start shooting spider webs? And let's be real, they'd be shooting out his dick or his ass anyway. In reality.
His nose, his
Probably.
mouth.
No, spiders actually spin their webs from like down that abdomen area. So I mean,
Geez, you're a little too close to that, Tom.
I think it'd be
I'm not
from
the
the
only one who said
taint,
this,
wouldn't it?
Paul.
You know,
Yeah,
right from the
from his
taint.
taint.
Mhm.
Well, my Spider-Man was one of my favorite comics, and in the same vein as Iron Man, when you've got a mechanical device that runs out at the most inopportune time to juice up the plot, that was always fun.
Yeah.
Especially when he was in mid, he's swinging, he's in mid swing. I'm up amongst.
Or if he's trying to get one of the cartridges and can't get to it and stuff.
or
Yeah.
dink, and he goes, "What?" He didn't swear. They never swore in the comments,
No.
but it was always like, "Oh, rats!"
Yes.
And then he would crash into a dumpster, right?
Yeah.
Which
sure.
is what they were kind of emulating here, which I get it. It's fine. But
Yeah,
anyhow,
that's what
good
they
for
were.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say, Tom, that the fact that he had bio weapon webbing or whatever, they had to do the losing the powers to sort of make up for the fact that no, he's not running out of webbing.
Which
But-
has always been a popular thing.
But
Exactly.
notwithstanding, Chris, the fact that tiny little pocket of
Yeah.
juice could last as long as it did, up until the point that the writer said, "Okay, it's now out."
That's right.
It wasn't like a 6-shooter where you could count.
Well, yeah,
but
he should have had
look-
some kind of little meter on it, like you're about to run out.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
How many web shots available? Yes.
Oh,
when he-
perfect. Yeah.
The problem
no
with that is
time-
when he's like spinning around town, right? Like, 'cause then
Yeah,
it's like
at-
by the
at-
time he'd get anywhere, he'd be out
Yeah,
of
at
webbing.
no time when I was reading it, even as a kid, did I think that he had enough juice in his device to last as long as it did. But who cared?
No,
right?
but you're right, Paul. Those were some of the funnier moments is when he would run out of stuff, or like he'd have the cartridge and he'd go to put it in, the bad guy would hit him, and then he'd have to go chase the cartridge, and
Right.
then become a battle
know
and a
who
scramble for the
made-
cartridge. Yeah,
You know who made the decision to go with organic web shooters in the first
James
place?
Cameron.
Correct. It was James
Yeah.
Cameron. And the reason he did that was for two reasons. One, to make it a puberty allegory, but more importantly, in order to save themselves from having to explain how he was such a genius that he could make this super substance that should be used to make a space elevator.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, I mean, a lot of those elements of that Cameron script, or Cameron treatment, I should say, was never a script, wound up in the Sam Raimi movie, which is kind of funny. Like, if you go find that treatment, you read it, even like the Flash Thompson scene is almost verbatim. And I think the scene in the opening is almost verbatim. There's a lot of stuff that's very, very, very similar. So you could tell they were kind of getting it together then.
The first movie is great, and if a lot of it is due to Cameron, then like
just some influence I think they took from there, and I think since they owned it all, they could use it still, so it didn't matter. Is my guess. So
it's precisely.
I'm sure it was Raimi's choice to do that, but that's that we know that wasn't anything that originated with him, anyways. What we're saying. Yeah.
No, and also it belonged to Sony at that time. The whole treatment was there, so they could pick and choose from it what they wanted, and they chose that.
Did Cameron?
But speaking of, do you know who was going to play Spider-Man in Cameron's Spider-Man?
It was Leonardo DiCaprio, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Wow.
So for half a second, we almost got Spider-Man.
It's like we planned this show this way.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's get to our super chats here. We got Hollywood Burns sending in 14 and said, Leo's most underrated film, Body of Lies. I don't know if have I seen Body of Lies? I don't know.
2008. Yeah, it's a...
trying to remember. It's old enough that I don't know if I have or not. Ghost
Ridley
Rider
Scott movie, yeah.
Maybe I did. Oh, maybe not then. I don't know. It's not Tony Scott.
Russell Crowe. Yeah, you've probably seen it.
I may have, but I don't know. Ridley, I don't jump right into his movies unless somebody I trust tells me it's good. Ghost Rider sends in 10 and says, Morning, gang. I feel like the most pernicious aspect of AI celebrity is institutional rubber stamping and using training material to rewrite the social contract of that original creator's actual I think it means ownership, perhaps. So this is in response to the other topic we're going to get into here. And I know nothing about this, Andre. You brought this into the fold. You're going to have to tell me about this AI actress. Is it Simone?
No, it's not Simone. Okay. It's another AI actress by the name of Tilly Norwood, and we'll get into
that shortly. Yeah. But Francisco Sanchez Jr. sent in 20 smackaroos. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
He says, OBAA made me like PTA movie PTA movie, Paul Thomas Anderson movie, for the first time since The Master. Aside from Benicio, every character is a bad person. I will never watch it again, as it paints an America that Paul Thomas Anderson and his bubbled sycophants wish it was. Now, is Paul Thomas Anderson the one that always loses his shit on fucking his actors and shit? The one that like
there's so many who do that.
Well, no, is that the one that Lily Tomlin, where there was that leaked footage, or am I thinking of a different director?
Lily Tomlin. Oh
yeah, where they were gotten in an argument. I know. I'm thinking of a different director. I'm trying to remember his name now, though. Anyway, Ituriel's been a member for 18 months. This is what happens when I get up too early. Dark King says tarantulas can spin silk from their feet. So there you go. There you go. The more Tom knows. That's right. The more Tom knows. All right, so bring up this whole AI actress thing, Andre. What is this all about?
Yeah, this is a story that was in Deadline Hollywood. Link should be in the private chat, or I send it to you so we can get it up on screen.
I don't have it in here. No.
Okay, I'll send it to you so you can.
You must have sent it before I got here.
I sent it to you on Messenger, but anyway.
Oh, on Messenger.
Click the private chat now. You have it there anyway. Just we can get it up on screen. Now, the background story here, and this is, I'm not a big fan of AI for anything. I think it's extremely detrimental for all creative ventures. Even on YouTube right now is flooded with AI written videos. I've been accused of being an AI myself, which of course I'm sure most people here
I was too.
No, I'm not, or am I? We shall see. But either way, taking things to the logical extreme, there is now an AI actress, where basically you have then an actress who can act all kinds of things, and it's pure AI, so it's like an animated character. And this actress then, Tilby Norwood, is a creation of one talent who has a company and everything behind her. And the big thing is that, of course, anyone can conjure up some AI demon spirit thing and use them for porn or whatever. But Van der Helden, who is Aline Van der Helden, is the creator of this Tilly Norwood, and she's the CEO of an AI-focused production company titled Particle 6. And what happened here is that you now have Hollywood agents that actually want to give a contract to have this character appear in legit movies and legit TV series, which would be tantamount to taking that job away from an actual actor or actress. Now, of course, you can interject that, oh, it's just one, it's a cool novelty. Well, where does it end? If you replace one, why not another and another and another? Why have auditions and stuff like that if the director can AI exactly the kind of character, kind of talent that they need? Someone that has a little bit of that person, just to get like this perfect mix, this perfect Frankensteinian abomination that is just what the director needs, but that very well might give uncanny valley to everyone else, or might be accepted by the audience and put all of Hollywood out of business. That's the gist of this story, and I think this is something that's going to be much, much bigger as we go forward, with actual AI talent taking over and replacing flesh and blood talent as in actors. So yeah, don't quit your day job just yet. That's the gist of this. So Chris, let's begin with you on this. That's the gist of this story. Do you think that Tilly Norwood should be given a contract and appear in real movies instead of an actual actress? Is something you want to see more of?
I'm just trying to see how that would even work, right? I'm trying to conceive it with my own production background. What are we doing? Are we going to shoot around a fake person and then match the backgrounds to the other actors? I mean, it just seems like there's so much extra unnecessary work when you could just hire an actress to do whatever this Dutch comedian woman is going, words and nuance that she's going to put in this character, or just do
you
the
can
whole damn
fire
film.
you can fire the other actor.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
To be fired against, and
then it just looks like a video game cutscene movie, and we've seen how those turn out. I hear what you're saying about AI, and I do use some AI elements in my own production work, such as maybe if we need to extend something just a little bit. But it's not this, maybe removing an element or something. But this feels, I think that they are overestimating the ability of their creations to keep us in a suspension of disbelief. There was that story that came out recently that Stallone had considered using AI to de-age himself to portray Rambo in a prequel as a younger Rambo. And at first, since I like that franchise, I'm like, hey, sure, whatever. That's fine. Let's see how it goes, because I like Stallone's vision, particularly Chuck Dixon's version of a prequel to Rambo. But just like in that Dial of Destiny where they de-aged Harrison Ford, at a certain point, the audience just says, oh, cool, look how they've de-aged Harrison Ford, who's actually 80 years old, right? You can't, I think there's almost that same, we call it uncanny valley. I feel like the same thing is going to happen with AI characters. Mm-hmm. And I think these studios that are already ready to sign a contract with this Particle 6 company.
And they did a little bit of that de-aging stuff in The Irishman as well, the Scorsese movie.
Yeah, it's another example. It looks fine, but I think as in the audience, you're sitting here going, "That's De Niro."
To a point, exactly. The problem is De Niro may look a little younger.
He doesn't move younger,
but he didn't move younger. Exactly. Yeah. So you're watching him, and he's supposed to be like this, 50s age range or whatever, 40s age range, but yet he's moving like a 60, 70-year-old man, and it shows. And that's where you get a younger actor to stand in, and then you have, the dub over and the face.
So the thing is, though, I can see how it would work. I just don't necessarily. I think this is more of a shiny object that I don't think is going to completely replace it. Now, is it going to just be foisted on us? Right? I mean, are they just going to do it whether we give it?
But how are they going to incorporate it? How do you incorporate one AI actor in amongst a bunch of other actors?
Yeah, that's what I'm.
You just said it yourself, Chris. It's a unless you're using the AI itself to also superimpose the actor on top of it all.
Well,
that's the thing. Is I agree with you.
You can green screen it.
Well, yeah, but you're still doing all that extra work, like Chris said. Yeah. So, like in that sense, that would be like what I was talking about. They thought about doing with the Flash when there was that hot minute when they thought about just recasting him. Because like I said, everybody's like, "Well, we have to reshoot. They have to reshoot all this stuff." I'm like, you do realize that 90% of this movie is on green screen, right? It would be nothing to just remove Ezra Miller and add in a new actor over top of him, basically. Yeah.
Most people don't realize the amount of green screen that's done on a regular movie, because
that's what I mean.
They're substituting. They'll put Red Square in on a one of those adventure spy thrillers. What's it? The Bourne?
Right.
I saw a clip where they were walking in a studio on some fake tile. Then they imaged in Red Square, and it looked absolutely fantastic. Like you would not be able to tell that they weren't in Moscow. And I would say 90% of the green screen work that you're seeing in Hollywood is avoiding having to travel. That's a lot of that is taking place that way. So, but again, how do you incorporate this? Why would they, why would an agency want to license this one individual? If I just left a link to the company that did a sketch about AI not taking over stuff.
Yeah, and to get into that,
pretty good.
Yeah, and to get into that, I mean, there's obviously been some level of backlash here.
But thought, why not squeeze in?
That's a great look there.
Yeah.
It will fool you at first.
Beautiful comedy.
Even looking at it, it's like when Trump shared some AI clip over the weekend about med beds or something. You could tell immediately.
Sure, and this looks like corporate video. Now, can you
actually?
Can you get a the crazy actor we all love who did the vampire movie? Renfield.
Nicholas Hoult.
Cage.
Or Cage.
Yeah, Cage. Like the one thing that I haven't seen AI able to do is duplicate those fantastic, iconic performances.
Give it time.
No, true. No, but I mean, again, this all looks like corporate video.
It does, but this guy looks really good. This chick looks fine until she pushes the button. Like she's fine. Look at when she hits the button, she gets extra weird fingers.
That looks good.
This guy looks good.
Very BBC Two.
Until his mouth is a little bit. She is horrible.
She's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's no reflection on the AI. I'm sorry, we got to be careful and not AI phobic. He looks great.
Yeah, some of these are looking really good. This one not so much.
This is for BBC Two. It tested ridiculously well, particularly among men.
The thing is it's all going to be whether once we get past the holy cow, that looks real. Once we get past the newness of this, then the question is how good are the puppeteers? Can they tell me a good story as a puppeteer? Because that's all these are puppets, right?
Sure. Yeah.
And they will. They will be able to do it.
And as for replacing then flesh and blood actors with AI puppets, And this goes back to the story in Deadline Hollywood, which is actually the creator, Eline van der Velden, who is giving a statement. And that statement is, to those who have expressed anger over the creation of my AI character, Tilly Norwood, she is not a replacement for a human being, but a creative work, a piece of art. Like many forms of art before her, she sparks conversation, and that in itself shows the power of creativity. So, yeah, this is all about creativity, because the creator who stands to gain from this says so.
That was probably a workshopped answer.
I should imagine so, yeah.
Good for them.
Well, it's coming whether we want it or not, and we can bitch and moan about it. But they're gonna be making whole movies with these characters, TV shows.
I've been saying for a while, so they got to get ahead of this stuff a little bit here, because it's getting to a point with some of this stuff where somebody's gonna turn around and remake, the Star Wars sequel trilogy better, and then Disney's gonna panic, freak out, not know what to do. It's gonna probably go through all sorts of like crazy legality bullshit. And at the end of the day, what it's going to turn out is that you can't copyright anything that's AI anyway. So I don't know. Like, that's the problem they run into up front. So what they got to do is start using this technology and patent it in ways, like I've said, Disney Plus, I can see a perfect way of using that is you scan your kid's face and you take a little sample of their voice, and then your kid can star in any one of the TV shows or movies that are on Disney Plus, right? You just pick your character at random, and instantly, your kid's watching Star Wars, and your kid is Luke Skywalker, and his little sister's Princess Leia, and you know what I mean? Like, and dad is Chewbacca, and that is, I think, the gimmick that's going to come next. But I think the problem they have from there is people are going to want to control the actual story itself and change things and do what if things. And I think that might be another avenue for this kind of stuff too, because you could do like, bringing up Star Wars again. Do you guys remember the famous like what if comic books where it's like, what if, Luke didn't destroy the Death Star, what would happen, right? Like, you could do those kind of things with AI, and it could maybe like, add a whole nother level. But they got to get ahead of that. They got to be able to control it.
Well, if they don't, the worst part is the trend to not make anything new. This will just exacerbate that problem. Forget about sequels. It's going to be the resurrection of old IP, and people are going to fuck with it. That's really the problem. And what's interesting, I think the way to save all of this, and no one's talked about it. I just went to see a live play just on Friday. The Play That Goes Wrong, had a phenomenally good time, and it reminded me of the purity and the ephemeral nature of live, in that once it's done, it's done. I mean, apart from someone recording it on their phone, but the one of the most powerful aspects of live theater is that you only get to see that particular performance once ever, and then it's a little bit different the next time. And I think we should be promoting more live theater and getting people to write more live theater and getting people to go out and see live theater, because it's a palate cleanser of creativity.
I think you're absolutely right, Paul. I used to say the same thing about live concerts, right? Once Napster made, music basically free, and Spotify, it's all this subscription stuff. And you could watching a concert, Pink Floyd or whoever, on DVD, Blu-ray, is still not the same as actually being there and experiencing that concert in real life, right? And so suddenly concert tickets start shooting up. But where does this lead? I mean, are we now going to be able to say, hey, I want Elvis to do a new song? So AI,
actually, they're already working on that kind of stuff.
I know they are. They absolutely
Tupac
are.
And some other ones they're working on, and some other ones too. So yeah, I mean, this stuff is in its in its infancy at this point, as far as where we're going to see it going. But yeah, I mean, in music, it's taking over. Like, look, I've worked with it on music enough to where I was sitting here in my car the other day, and I'm listening to the radio. I'm like, this song sounds like AI.
Yeah.
And it just happened to be the radio station I used to work for.
Ooh.
And I kind of know how they pick their stuff. And I called in. I'm like, I said, does Phil still do the programming? And they're like, yeah, he's not here, but I can send you back to his voicemail. I'm like, please do. because I did some checking in on this artist, because once I seen the name or heard the name, because I got the little digital readout thing, and I checked it out. This guy had this artist that this was supposed to be, literally had like 50 people following on X, and all his stuff on X was just AI songs. So I don't know if Phil just accidentally threw this in the rotation and didn't know it, but I called him and I told him, like, this has all the hallmarks of an AI song, and from best as I can tell, this dude doesn't even exist. And if he is, he's just an individual making AI songs. So, like, yeah, that it's already started to. Wasn't there that other thing where there was that actual artist where somebody did an AI song that won a Grammy or some shit like that? I'm trying to remember now who it was. Somebody in the chat might remember, because I don't follow a lot of the new
Bunny. Just
kidding. Yeah, it might be. I don't know. Fuck, I don't follow any of these new kids.
I think it was that John Lennon, Beatles.
No. I knew about that. I'm talking about something completely unrelated, like this our newer artist had a song on the charts that they didn't even make. Somebody else made it, and I think it won a Grammy or some shit like that. I don't remember exactly who it was, but somebody might remember in the chat.
I've heard about the Beatles AI.
No. The Beatles thing's a little different, but that see, now there's where I felt like it worked for it and it benefited.
Yes, as a tool to clean up an old recording.
Yeah, because anybody who's heard "Free as a Bird" heard the original version. If you hear the new version, it's a whole new world, because you actually
there was
can
a
hear
song called
John
Now
Lennon.
and Then too. That's
there was
the one
Now and Then that
Grammy.
started this whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
the Drake thing. Thank you guys. Yes, I knew it. It was something like that. Yeah. So the AI thing was Drake. Yeah. So anyhow, let's get into these super chats. We'll see what else we got here before we go. We got Lightning Sketch Productions, who says AI animation will never work in the long run, i.e. rotoscoping and motion capture. I mean, we'll have to see, because AI is getting, with animation, it's getting even better.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Lightning Sketch Productions says those that never learn from history are cursed to repeat it. This is true. This is very true. And thank you, Lightning Sketch Productions, for the 2 super chats there. We appreciate it. Glade Riven is dangerously sober, sends in 5 and says AI has only a few years to start making money, but they have to stay cheaper than people. Data centers for AI are very expensive and to build and run. This is another thing too, because remember when CGI first came out, it was very, very sporadically used, not constantly. Now you go to the latest Jurassic World movie and every shot has CGI in it, right? Like, and that's what my thing is I always tell people, the original Jurassic Park only had like 52 CGI shots in the entire film. The newest one had like 2,500. Yeah,
but you have to say nothing of Marvel movies. I mean,
yeah, don't even get me started on those.
Yeah,
but yeah, so that's another thing that's always a problem. And they're already running into that issue, right? Which is why they, for the last 10, 15 years, 20 years, since they've moved over to digital filming, this is why every movie is mastered in 2K, because they can't afford to do the special effects in 4K. Up until recently, they've just finally started doing some films, but it still costs a lot of money. Cosmic Flight says the studios are banking on an actor freak out about the AI actress, so it gets publicity, and when people see that the fuss is about it, see what the fuss is about, if I could read, then the studio brags how the movie did well because public want AI actors. That or it makes other actors sign up cheaper.
I love that cynical take, though.
Yeah. But I see where you're coming from here. Indeed. And with that, I think that
AI go to auditions and get turned down.
Right. That would be hilarious. Yeah, I want to see those. But yeah, I don't know if was there any other stories we had, Andre? I think we kind of covered everything. I know
I think we covered everything. This is what we have so far.
But yeah. So hopefully everybody enjoys the new time. Let everybody know that we are now earlier in the day. Remember, Friday we should be hopefully doing Andre's face reveal. So yeah.
Or Thursday if you remember.
Oh, Thursday if you remember. Yeah, that's correct. Thank you, Chris. Speaking of Chris, what do you got going on? Anything you want to plug? Or just
I've got plumbers at the house today. They're moving some.
So you got something plugged?
Do what?
So you got something plugged. You don't want to plug something. There's something that already is plugged. You already did it.
Plugs, yeah. They're moving some pipes down the way. Today, we're talking about, I don't know if you guys caught it over the weekend, but James Gunn says more Peacemaker, but probably not a third season.
That's what we were going to talk about. Totally forgot. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're putting up something here in about 10 minutes at bleedingfool.com about that. And of course, Jeremy.
So what did he say?
What's that?
What did he say?
That there's going to be more Peacemaker, but probably not a third season.
Yeah, I think Peacemaker is just going to be brought into the fold of everything else. Probably
I do too.
At that point.
Yeah, I've been saying As I've been saying for years, James Gunn's DC universe is really the Peacemaker extended universe, where Peacemaker kind of like takes on the Nick Fury role. Not literal that role, but as in the function of being the one unifying everything popping up everywhere.
And you want to know why I think that is too, Andre? Why I think he's going to be used as somewhat of a catalyst like that? He's one of the characters that actually wants to be a hero.
Yeah.
And that's what we're kind of seeing with this show here itself. Because I'm somebody who did a complete 180 on it, because I hated him in Suicide Squad like a lot of people did. I'm not a fan of John Cena, but I have been enjoying this show. Now, we got this last episode where a lot of people, I think, are reading too much into it. This was what you and I were talking about earlier too, Paul. Like, this is something that's been in the comics before. I predicted along with others.
Tom, we have to go through, for those that haven't seen it, you have to give some spoiler warning. What happens in the episode?
Okay, so Andre, if you want to set this up for Peacemaker.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert for Peacemaker. Because basically what's been happening this season, and I will be the first to acknowledge that the first 5 episodes of season 2 really should have been like 2 episodes at most.
I agree.
And that's when you needed to get into where you are right now. You kind of like wasted 5 episodes on nothing. But now we are where we need to go. Peacemaker has gone into an alternate universe that to him seems like the dream reality. Only, as the more perceptive noticed, there's no diversity. Everyone in the background of this perfect universe is white. And then came the reveal in episode 6, the episode which was called Ignorance is Chris, because Chris, the Peacemaker, was completely oblivious until he happened to see a flag that he is in a Yahtzee America. That was his dream world. Well, of course, his father is a hero, because you will recall in season 1, his father was a Yahtzee. And evidently he is in this universe as well. It's just that so is this universe's Chris and everyone else. They're all Yahtzees with the Hakenkreuz and everything. And that's kind of like where it was left off, with all our heroes from our reality outed and either on the run or about to be arrested in this Yahtzee reality. And I can't help but think, I wonder if there's going to be like another twist where Peacemaker's father also is from our universe or something like that.
No,
there's somebody that brought that up.
His brother.
Well, there's somebody that brought that up that they might have swapped places at one point.
Yeah,
like somebody had brought that up before too.
This ends with him killing his dad and his brother.
That's what I've said too. I can already predict the ending. The ending's going to be he's going to kill his dad and he's going to say that was easier the second time around. This is going to be the harder one. It's killing my brother the second time around. That's going to be the one that's going to be doing it. Yeah.
Has to be.
And this is what makes now, I mean, I should have seen this a little bit clearer sooner. Like, cause I've been sitting here going, why is Adebayo even in this show? Why is she here? Why is she all of a sudden Chris's best friend? Because she has nothing to really do but just kind of hang around until now. And it's because she's literally the only black person in the fucking cast.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah, that's going to be his conflict. That he has this amazing world, but his best friend
never really should be his best friend in the first place. But yeah,
which is true. But still, she's not going to be in this world. And also Adrian,
Vigilante. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one.
No, but of course, you see, he's literally exactly the same character we saw in season 1. That, however psycho he is something of an anti-racist, and he is obviously that in both universes. Which is why
he's the ideal.
I was
gonna say he's the idealized version of what Chris said he was in, Suicide Squad in the first season. Like I fight for, I'll kill as many. I want peace, no matter how many people I got to kill. Right. Like, that's pretty much what Vigilante is. He goes after all these bad guys, but he's a psycho. He's like a Dexter of sorts, or however you want to put it. Like, he himself is certifiable, but he just so happens to kill all these very bad people. Right. That's the thing. And he's got so many issues. But you're right. Like, it's funny because everything about his alternate universe self is 1-to-1, which is rare for everybody, right? Like, and
he wants to kill Chris, the one in the alternate.
But that's the one thing that's different, right? That's the only thing that's different.
Except Chris is a Nazi in this alternate universe. Not
Exactly.
maybe not the one that Peacemaker is portraying, but the one that he killed was.
Oh, I
Yes.
said that. That's what I mean. That is the worst version of Chris, basically, and that's what he killed, right? And he hasn't
Correct.
learned that yet until
Wants
now.
to
Yeah.
kill. Yeah. Well, your vigilante wants to kill, so
Yeah, exactly. He's already dead, so then he's going to get to we already know where that's going to go. Is he's just basically going to tell him that he already killed him.
So, yeah, to me, this was total Twilight Zone. People should not be reading modern day into it, but this is the nature of the world that we live in. So people are going to take sides. And I was howling with laughter when Leota was running away from all.
There's no way she'd outrun that mob. No fucking way.
Black girls can run.
I don't know. She'd have knocked herself out with them titties.
Well, we're not talking about black girls can run or not. We're talking about can this one individual run.
That's what I mean.
Not.
Yeah.
This overweight woman. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. This is not a matter of like black.
I'm the
black
fat
women.
kid. I
It's
can
like,
say it.
Yeah, it's like this is a woman on the chunky side. If she was white, she would not have been any more capable of running.
No.
I think Gunn is probably alluding to Peacemaker being in that upcoming Amanda Waller show.
Is that still happening? Because in this article here, he mentions it's still in the works, but I've been kind of questioning, is it? Because notice how all of a sudden a lot of these things that were announced are now no longer happening.
So the question is, what is Lex Luthor able to do for Flag?
He gave him a tracker. And again, I don't think this is going to play any major thing, because at no point did we even know where Lex was going to go to in Superman. So even if you haven't seen this, by the next time we get to Man of Tomorrow, he's just going to be in a different prison than he went to initially. And the only reason you'd know that is this show.
You know what? These comic book good guys need to stop giving the bad guys an opportunity to escape. I'm tired of it. Like, stop it.
Well, that's what Lex wants, right? Like, that's the
no. But like, how many times have we seen that in the comic
books?
That's
what they do.
You're in jail for the rest of your life, but we need you for this one thing, so I'm going to let you out. But don't do anything bad. Oh no, he's escaped.
Well, it's worse than that, Paul, in the Batman world, right? Because none of them ever actually go to jail.
Correct.
They go to Arkham, where there's no real set time limit. As soon as Arkham says they're cured, they let them go.
Brilliant.
But this goes to what I was saying the whole time about Rick Flag Senior. He is, and we've seen him before. He was also in like that animated Monster Squad or whatever it's called.
Creature Commandos.
Creature Commandos. Yes. Anyway, and I stand by the impression that I had after that series, that Rick Flag Sirius he's incompetent. First and foremost, but beyond that, he's also morally corrupt, and he cannot be trusted with any kind of responsibility. He is a really, really bad person to be ahead of any agency. He's too emotional and he's too volatile. And that's what he's been doing. Basically, he's been like Peacemaker hasn't really done anything wrong. He's just, and there's no reason to think so, he's just been using Argus's resources for his own personal vendetta. That's what the series is about. It's unbelievable that he's allowed to carry on like he is. I mean, that guy needs to be taken away and relieved of duty. Yeah, Rick Flag Senior.
Will be. He will.
He's an incompetent.
Yeah, I think he'll either. I don't know. I don't think he'll be taken out now, but I think eventually down the road in either one of the other superhero films or the Man of Tomorrow one, he'll probably be taken out. Just like I think after this whole thing, I think they're going to kind of button up the whole alternate universe shit. But I do like how this also played with a little bit of the Mandela effect. Like, like the Cheerios and all that. So he's like, I'm fucking keeping this. And then the other thing I caught too was like, oh, my dad, he's not gay here. It's like stuff like that. I thought it was pretty good, like you, Paul. So, but as far as the Lex Luthor cameo, it was very throwaway. It was really kind of like, okay,
supposed to be another Superman cameo next week for the.
But it's not going to be Superman, from my understanding.
Yeah. I'm just happy that.
Well, I agree with you guys.
Yeah.
It took too many episodes for this to get here. This should have been the second or third episode. Easy.
Yeah. You can get there in 3.
Yeah. Dark King says AI centers or server centers are insane. New one in Australia will burn 340 megawatts. Wow.
Yeah, and you know who is going to pay for that? That's going to be you, the people of the region, because it's your power that that is used to go into those things. So you're going to have to pay extra for yours. We have the same thing here in Norway. We're also doing a couple of like AI centers, and then of course you can question who is doing this, why, and who's paying for it. But big part of that bill is yours because you have to pay a much more for your electricity.
The biggest problem I have right now with AI is how trivially we're using it. We're either asking ChatGPT who starred in Some Like It Hot, or we're putting some fake actress in something. It's very similar to the joke I made about, really, you're going to die on the Jimmy Kimmel Hill. Like, really, all that effort, all this stuff on a half-baked individual, not even Joan Rivers level. Like, really? To me, this is a parallel to a very bad trend on the overall trivialization of the stuff that we're willing to die for. It's just stupid. And the amount of power generated, required for AI, as you've just quoted, just to argue over whether this AI individual should be signed up by a agency or not, seems mind-bogglingly stupid and out of place.
Yeah. But the thing is, you just said that this is how we use it. I don't think it's meant for us and our use.
Just to finish off with Dark King Road here, you said China uses a full gigawatt of power consumption. Yeah, exactly. And then we got Kalekioki, who says, not reading too much into it, it's patterns recognition. It's gun to score a few diversity points and say a world of just white people is bad. Yeah, but this isn't. I think you guys are really, really stretching to make it a bit more. Because even when they asked him about it in that interview we just had up, he does dance around away from it like he was on other things too. He doesn't like directly out and out say that it's.
Yeah. But I do see Kalotti's point then, because
I do.
For instance, if you were to do the same thing, because let's be honest, the most diverse societies in the history of planet Earth are the white countries of the Western world.
Well, I was just going to say, if
never
anything,
been more diversity anywhere.
Yeah. If anything, it doesn't feed into the narrative that they want it to anyway. Then, because if you look at it this way, what this show is saying now is that the world the Peacemaker came from that isn't very racist. Because look at the way that Adebayo reacts to everything when she's kind of just all of a sudden getting looked at the way she was. She's not used to that. See, that's my point. Is that's what I think people are overlooking with that. But I totally understand where people think he's trying to make
incidentally that's how a black person would be looked at in China or Japan or Korea or many of the other places around the world.
So even if he was trying to make a statement,
states.
Yeah, so even if he was trying to make a statement, it kind of backfires, is my point.
Well, it should, but this is kind of like the issue that I think Lochi was making there, that many places around the world, it kind of is like that, and he's making a statement specifically around about the Western world, which is where there's more diversity than anywhere else on planet Earth, which is a point.
And then Walter Tomaszewski says, number one, the dial on Kimmelometers spun in reverse. Oh, yeah. We all knew this was going to happen. Two, he said, a few times, then the readings stop on 0. Yeah. He's this is, it's stupid. I said, I think it's hilarious because now ABC just gave him the rope to hang himself with at this point. And he's got nothing to gain anymore. He's lost all what. He didn't even see the irony in his statement when he was talking about, this is some big win. When he's like, I didn't even realize how many of my friends don't even watch the show. Yeah. It's that should have been your tell right there, dude. You're even too crazy for your friends to listen to anymore.
It's just boring.
Yeah. Kalekioki sends in another 5 and says, massive DC fan here and have no desire to watch this after all I've heard. Gunn is not the far different from Feige. And KK dude talent-wise is
that's not true.
I don't agree with
that.
Not
true at all. Even at his worst, he still gives us nuggets of creativity that I recognize from a truly creative individual. I can see it. I don't see it in anything from Feige or KK. Now, that's a lame excuse for protecting the guy, but it's still there even when things are half-baked. You can still see the attempt at stuff. So to me, it's a question of getting him into gear and getting him to do the stuff that he's really enjoying. Like we saw it in Guardians of the Galaxy, right? He was totally comfortable there.
No, yeah, you're right. Dearest says Hollywood could back nuclear power for AI use. Well, there you go. That could be helpful.
Nuclear power, that's what we need.
Well, it's interesting because that was the big bad guy. What was the old movie from the 70s? The China
Syndrome?
Yeah. Which made everybody get so afraid and start activists were out there protesting nuclear power and whatnot. Now it's funny because windmills and solar are not going to power your AI farms. No, you got to have the nuclear, which is, with technology today, it's probably one of the safest energy sources out there.
It is.
And most efficient. So, oh, well. Give me the nuclear powered car. I'm ready. Speaking of Back to the Future, bringing us all back to the beginning.
Germany turned off all their nuclear reactors and ended up buying all their energy from Russia. Great.
Yeah, and, those dumb Nazis.
Which I think wasn't most of Russia's power done from nuclear anyway.
No, it's oil.
No.
Oh, is it
oil?
Oil?
They had, I was gonna say I thought they actually had some plants there.
Gas.
Oh, okay. It was gas until the pipeline got blown up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
For instance, there's one of the big secrets behind Germany's financial success post World War II was actually the access to cheap power, more specifically cheap Russian power, because the European continent is actually pretty deprived of natural resources. I mean, that's the big success of Russia and even Ukraine, that there you have significant gas resources. There's gas resources in the North Sea, but all of that is controlled by Norway, apart from that which is controlled by England, because it's on like the British side of the North Sea. And then it's Russia and it's Ukraine. They're the ones that are controlling all of the gas resources in Europe. Beyond that, it's pretty sparse where natural resources are concerned, which is why you had a ton of nuclear. And the moment that you shut down nuclear, you have to compensate with even more Russian gas. Switch off Russian gas, now you suddenly have a problem. Now you need coal. So that's where we are right now. And of course, European business and consumers are the ones that have paid the price for that.
Yeah, I mean, this ongoing stupid. I don't want to get into Canada's stupidity. I want to end this show.
Well, we're going to end it right now. So, Paul, what do you got going on? You haven't got to plug your things yet. What do you got coming
I'm going to actually have an interesting little video later on today, hopefully, on AI, because Fiverr, which I might have mentioned on Friday, which was the bane of designers that used outsourced designers to drastically reduce the price of branding and logos, which hurt, the designer business in North America. They've gone AI and are now getting rid of all the people who were doing it cheaply. So the people doing it cheaply are now out of work because of AI, because AI can do it cheaper than the cheap people. So I find it ironic as a former designer and an artist, and I'm going to be talking about that. No one's going to be interested in it, but
I will.
I'm interested in it, and Chris.
Yeah,
well,
that's enough. Together.
That'll be late.
Enough. All right, and with that, we will see you guys very soon. Take care of yourselves and each other, and stay tuned for Wednesday's show, and of course, hopefully Thursday we'll have a member stream where Andre reveals his face to all the members, and on Friday,
and it's 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yes, 9 a.m. Central. So that's right. Andre is going to expose himself.
What time zone are you in, Paul?
New York.
Okay, yeah, 10 a.m.
Yeah, 10 a.m.
All right. We'll take
pounding that.
That's right, 10 a.m.
Take care of yourselves and each other.
Hi, everyone.
And as Andre always says,
bring out those koalas in the rain.
Koalas in the rain.